Okay, I'm gonna start this again, and I'm just gonna go over the whole thing again because it's like my camera went blurry all of a sudden, so it's like I'm just starting over again. But anyhow, I'm still going through paper because I just didn't. I'm just not up to scrapbooking today, and so anyway, I'm going through my section that is called documented or document and time, which I have no idea what that all means. But so I don't know what I was thinking the day that I made that. Now I did add document to my list after watching Janet. Was something that she put in hers, and it was like the thing that she had in there, like where you know, like this family tree I'm sure would go in there, and maybe I'm trying to think of maybe like graph paper, and I can't even think of the other ledger paper, stuff like that. So anyhow, I will put a list of my paper categories down below, because if you're somebody who's just started, then I think it would be helpful. I've always had paper categories right from the beginning, and I've always had a rainbow section right from the beginning. And one of the things that I have not had, well, I think I've kind of did this before too. I would put my rainbow colors right in with my cardstock, and I'm going to try to separate them this time. I have very little regular paper in my rainbow section. So, and I know that was helpful before, and I had taken it out and just kind of designated everything in place, but I am going back to having a color section, and then I'll also have a cardstock color section. And they might be right next to each other, but I'm going to try not to have them, well, they might be in the next cube or whatever. I only have 8 cubes, so it's like it's just as far as you can get with that. And so you can see how come having a whole cube of Graphic 45 that you didn't use was really taking up my space. So anyhow, I'm going to go through this and try to section stuff off. Now this is the paper that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby. And oh, and I also wanted to say I reached 1,000 subscribers Saturday, and I just want to thank you all for subscribing, whether you were here from day one or you just signed up today. I feel so blessed, and I am going to have a giveaway. I said when I reached 1,000 subscribers I would have a giveaway. I started filling up a box, but I want to add some other things to it, and I have to tell you, I just can't even, I'm just trying to make it through the day here. So that will probably be next week when I do that. So just a heads up on that. And I just want to thank you all for, I mean, I was so surprised when I looked, because it's like usually, you know, I'll check right away because I set my videos up to go on at 6 o'clock, and I kind of check to see, oh, you know, who watched today. Well, because I was sick, I didn't even check until like 10 o'clock. And, you know, so I had probably been up for a couple of hours, but I was just, you know, lagging along. So anyhow, without further ado, now back to what I was doing the first time I tried to make this video. Okay, so I just wanted to thank everyone. So these are family tree type things, so I do believe that these belong in documented. And I think, well, I tore these out, but it looks like some of them are still kind of sticky. And so I'll just keep my little tray that I throw things in that I don't need. So these are all from that Hobby Lobby paper pad, and I'll tell you, these feel like linen paper, and they're a nice card weight. I was quite delighted because this was paper. I bought this paper pad because I was out of white paper and they didn't have any just plain white paper, and I thought, well, I'll just buy one of their pads that was on sale. Oh, come on. This is what happened to me the first time. I'm not going to start over. Okay, there we go. Praise the Lord. Okay, so these are all from that pad. I'm not going to keep going on about it. I did do a video of me tearing it down. So I'm going to get past these because I did show all these previously. So, and then I divided it. And this, see this, I'm not even sure what you would call this. It says reflections, memories, stuff like that. I think I'm going to just put this in the color section. Because I want a color section, and these, I mean, I could use this without the words. Or I could use the words too. But to me, this looks like tan or off-white. I'm not sure, but I know I have this color. Okay, and this here is a collection that I bought. Oh, I just bought this at Tuesday morning because it looked like it would be good for boy pages. But it's actually called what? Archived. So that's why I put it in documented. So I think I will keep this here for now, and because I think I will remember to go to it like that. And I mean, this I could actually use on the Disney pages. And here's a graph paper. So I mean, it could do a lot of things. And it would be really nice in just my colors. But I'm going to leave it in this one for a while. And especially since it's a whole kit. And with stickers and everything. And then if, and I'm sorry I sound so nasally. And if I don't go to it, then I might just break it up and put it in colors. Because you can see there's a lot of solids. Here's numbers, but we got the grid paper, which makes an awesome background. Actually, these would be really nice backgrounds. Now, in my category, I do not have backgrounds, but I noticed that Janet had backgrounds because she was talking about it the other day. I'm way behind watching her, by the way. But it's like we got really busy over the holidays with kids' events and weddings and stuff like that. So, this would be really nice for just in colors. But I think I will keep this like this for now. I mean, because when I looked at it, I thought boy. And now this one I wouldn't. But I thought, okay, this would make a really nice boy collection. I'm going to try to slide down here so you can kind of see when I flip them over too. And so I would like them for that. Because I don't really, this is like for doing a, you know, a year in review or something, and I don't do that. So I'm just trying to keep up with all the kids and grandkids right now. I wish I would have started scrapbooking earlier because, you know, it's like I didn't start scrapbooking until, well, 22 or so years ago. And my oldest daughter, she was like in her like mid-30s. So you can see I have a lot of catching up to do. Okay, now this is just a scrap, but isn't that beautiful? And I'm thinking, I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Bo Bunny. I don't know. But I left it here because it says September on it. And this is where I'd probably look for it. So I think I'm still going to keep it here. I mean, it's like a, but it's like an 8x6 probably. Yeah. So I'm just going to leave it here. These were some I had got out of a magazine. And I have to tell you, I just can't even see me using it. So I think I'm going to put it in my, do the grandkids want this? That's what I always ask, you know, my grandkids, do you want this paper? And oh, and somebody told me the little 8x8s that I sorted through on, well, the first day I started sorting paper, baby paper, she thinks that was paper pizzazz, and I think she might be right, because that's what you've seen a lot of that at Joann's. And this here is stamps, of course, and I think I'm going to stick that in vintage papers. Some of these just need to have a different place. And here's just some music paper. And do I want to put music with school? I think I'm going to put music with school. I mean, some of these things, I'm not finding them because I'm sure that I have music paper someplace. And this looks like vintage. So I'm putting that in vintage. And this, I'd probably look for cameras here. And this is from Provo Craft. Are they still in business? I don't even know. And here's more music, but it looks vintage. And it's also that color of this. So I'm going to put that over there. And I'm going to put this in vintage. And do I want to put this someplace else? See, I kind of think vintage when I see this, but I also think white. Decisions. I think I'll keep it documented. Okay, now this has what written on it? It's like dictionary definitions, like joy, changed, journal. Okay, I can see why I put it here. Just is that where I'm looking for it? I think I'm gonna put it in black. So I think that would be the first place I'd look for it. Okay, and now we have page. I love words. I love scrapbooking with words. So that's it. I've told you before, it's like I have a lot of words in my categories. And letters. Now, I do think documented when I see these big letters. I think printing press. This looks very vintage to me. Do I want to keep it here? Or put it in vintage? I think I'll keep it here because I still kind of think printing press, which I think documented. This, boy, I don't even know why this is here. I probably bought it for when the kids started driving and didn't use it because I didn't know where to look for it. I think I'm gonna put this in school. Yeah, I think that's where it needs to be. So I'm just gonna have to sort through that pile when I'm done. This looks vintage to me, so I think that's where it needs to be. Oh, this is where I put in the time, but it also looks vintage, or it looks like this. So I think I'm gonna put that there in my color because, you know, if I just came across that, I might just use it for no particular reason because I think it's neat. I love clocks. But this also says time on it. Maybe I need to put it in here. Oh, this is challenging. Says time on it, so maybe I would look for clocks in here. Okay, I'm gonna put this here, even though it's different colors. Okay, now this, I look at this and besides the letters, I just think blue. And I love the shade of blue. This might be my favorite shade of blue. So I'm just gonna put this in the color category. Here's more letters, and again, they look vintage, but they're also letters, so I'm gonna keep them documented. And this is a whole bunch of words that could be cut out. I guess I'm gonna keep that here. Now, because of the way that this is done, I realize it's letters and everything, but to me this looks so vintage, and I might would just use it as a background. So I think I'm gonna put these in color, because lots of times when I'm digging for a background, I'm looking for a particular color. And this here, this is Die Cuts with a View, and I bought 4 of these because I love it so much. And I think I'm gonna put that in black, because I would totally use that on a man project, just looking for a black background. Okay, and these, now how come I didn't pull out the other ones? Were they so different? I don't know. Because the first ones I didn't have the urge to just pull it out because they were a pretty color background. Oh, these ones here. Yeah, this looks very manly too. Actually, I think I would like to have this in my man category. So I am actually going to put that in the man category, because to me, I would never use that anyplace else. Just looks too man. And these I'm going to put in green. And this I'm going to put in craft, because it is for sewing. And these I'm going to put in craft. See, why are these here? I don't even know. Oh my gosh, I love these. I don't even remember having them. That's why you have to go through your stuff. But it looks very vintage, and that's where I think I would use it. See, that's why you get so many categories. Like, you just keep shoving some things where maybe they don't belong. And where would I use these? This Paper Pizzazz again. What is this? Okay, King Company. Where do I want to put this? If it's so flimsy, otherwise I would just put it in with letters, but it would just be crushed. I think I'll keep this in documented. This here, is this all from this same paper pad or paper collection? Because it kind of looks reminiscent of that, doesn't it? I think this should be in my craft-like paper, like the crafting theme. So I'm going to put that with that. Now this is postage again, and again I think of, you know what, I think I'm gonna cut this apart. This is Christmas, and I mean it's very, very flimsy, but I think I'm gonna kind of divide it up and put it where I might actually see it by putting it in with its theme. So I'm gonna do that. It's Paper Pizzazz. It's like super thin. So I'm going to divide that up. This is another one where it's like, okay, where does it need to go? And I almost feel like I should just cut it up, because I probably would never use it like this. Even though I loved it so much, I bought 3 pieces. I think I bought it because I loved it that it was textured. So I think I might cut this up and just put it in with the 6x6. I don't know. I'm gonna set this aside because I don't know where to put it. It does have words on it, but I think I put everything with words on it here. So it looked like, now I actually used this for, you know, I used it as letters, and all these I have. But they are so thin. I don't know if I'll ever use them. I mean, these are really cute, but I don't know. I'm gonna set those aside along with these and decide what I'm gonna do with them, because I don't know what I'm gonna do with these either. because they're so thin I just don't see myself cutting them up. Sometimes, you know, I don't mind, I love fussy cutting, but taking those little papers that are flimsy and trying to cut them into fussy cut pieces. I think this is all like a vintage craft like theme paper. And it was probably a collection because it looks like sewing and stuff like that. I'm gonna either put them in vintage or with crafting. Okay, this was paper. It's like, I just love this. And again, I haven't even looked at it for years. It is a ledger. But I think I would look there for that. Okay, here's music again. And it's red. I think I'm gonna put that in color. And some of these other music, I should probably put it with school. Did I put the other music here? I think I took the other music out. I did. So I'm gonna put that in with school. And here's another music, but this is kind of nondescript. So I'm gonna stick it here in the color. And oh, I know this paper pad. Okay, I put it here because it was letters. But it looks very vintage to me, so I think I might move it to vintage. Which is right here. Okay, and this was another collection I purchased. This was one of the first, these were from one of the first things I got at Tuesday morning. It was in a kit, and it was just so different that that's why I bought it. I don't know if that's a good reason. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here in document, because if I'm looking for a graph, that's probably where I'd look for it, even though it's kind of unusual. This has all different things on it. I do not know where I want to see that. It's got typewriter on it. It's got words, it's got music. Maybe I'll leave it here. I'll try to remember that's where it's at. And this here, this looks like, I don't know. I don't even know where it came from. But to me, maybe it looks like a party, a messy party. So I think I'm gonna move this to a birthday section. Now this is what I call a document. Documented. It's a ledger paper. It's got a, this is from Heidi Swap. I thought I recognized that. And here is, this is Simple Stories, and it's that, what is it called? Oh, Color Vibe. So it's got ledger paper on one side and wood on the other side, and I bought two and stuck one in each, or divided it or something, because I've got some in my wood paper and I got some in my ledger paper. Which, it's like, why'd they do that? But that's why I had to buy two. It wasn't a bad price. And I think I got it on sale. So there's just more. There's the woods. I mean, the woods are just gorgeous. But sometimes I need a ledger. And you know, I actually maybe need to put this in with the wood, because I think my camera shut off, but I think I'm gonna put this in with the wood section, because I think there was days when I actually ended up using a ledger from the wood section, because I just thought it was all in there. And my wood section, I've been using it a lot, so I'm going to put that in the wood section. Here's more ledger. This is American Crafts, so it's, you know, a little on the thin side. This here is, this is a Prima paper. I don't even know where I got that because it looks like I bought one single sheet. But, oh, I think I bought it on, it was discounted. And it was a ledger, so I bought it, and that's why I bought these. I found these and they were discounted, so I bought 4 of them. And it's just a coral colored ledger. Oh, and I need to put those in my coral. And do I need to put this in a, this I think I'll keep here. I mean, I do want to keep some ledger here because that's where I'm going to probably look for it. But I'm going to put, maybe I should break up the coral ledger and leave 2 in here and 2 in the other place. And it's just black on this side, which I like it that they did that because I didn't even think about having to use this. Okay, and here's another simple stories that I think I bought because it was on sale, and it's another ledger, and it's like, this one was kind of a coral color. Well, now it looks like a pumpkin, like just a pale pumpkin, and this is pink. And do I want to, I think I'll still leave it here because I would still look for it here in pink rather than in pink. Because I do come over here and look for ledger. Okay, and here's a grid. Another grid. I mean, this is where I usually go looking for ledger. But I like the idea of kind of cross-referencing them, just because if I am going to, you know, if I don't know what I'm looking for, I just want coral, then I'm in the right section. Okay, and this is words, and I must like this better because that's why I put it in here. And I think I'll just keep it here even though it's foil. Here's a grid. Look at that, that's so pretty. It's kind of like, it's maybe more like a coral. And I'm gonna keep it here because that's probably where I'd look for it. Now this looks very vintage to me. I think this is from, oh, was it from, oh, too much brain work for me today, I can't tell, but I'm gonna put that, do I wanna just put it in a color? I think I'm gonna put it in a color. I think it's from Autumn's, I don't remember. Okay, now I divided this up. Okay. Because I don't know why I have a divider paper here. I'm taking it out because there's no reason. Okay, so now I have a ledger. And I have this paper. I used this on one of Alex's where she was in this tent. I love how that turned out. So I didn't realize I had more of that. I know one paper got water spilled on it because I had a catastrophe. Okay, this is, oh, ledger paper on that side. Okay. So that makes sense to me that that's here. Why is this here? Oh, see, I put a whole bunch of different ledgers in here. Okay, so I would be looking for that in ledgers. So, yep, I was thinking, okay, I must have just bought ledgers one day and stuck everything here. But I think whenever I found them, I did stick them in here. And what is this? This is pink paisley. And it's that ledger. Education, back to school. Maybe I will stick it in school. Because it's got this up here. There's no getting away from that it's school. So I'm going to stick it in school. Okay, and I know this is a blue ledger. And look at that. I don't know how come there's not more blue ledgers. You know, they make a lot of pink ledgers. But that's gorgeous. It does have 1225, so it's definitely Christmas. But it's like, if you didn't tell anyone, or anybody. You just have to forgive me today. And another blue one. Yes, and I think this is this, oh, it's Vicky Booten Fernwood. Yes, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so I'm thinking everything here is ledger. I'm just gonna flip it over because it's the side I need to look at. Okay, and this is from Happy Hearts, and which is Simple Stories, right? Yep. Okay. Oh, now I have this one upside. Okay, yeah, and this has a typewriter and the telephone and mail typewriter. So that's why I have it in here. But it's really a cut apart sheet. And so I think I'm going to stick that at the beginning because it's a cut apart sheet. Or maybe I should actually just have it. I do have one thing. I think I have a bunch of cut aparts. And maybe I'll just have a cut apart section. Because sometimes I just like to cut them apart. And sometimes when I want to use them, I don't want to cut them apart. So I think I'm going to do that. Here's a kind of a grid. Maggie Holmes is from Market Square, and I bought it for the grid. And I think I have this, whole paper pad that I bought for discounted, but I bought that extra, and I think I bought it before when it was on discount. Okay, and then here's words. So I just have them here because they're words. So this is where I put my word paper and music paper. So that's why it is here. And I'll tell you, my word time on the front does not designate much time because I only had that one thing. So that's pretty funny. Okay, these are more words. Okay, there is going to be other things here. Thought I was at the end. And typewriters, which this is where I'd expect them to be. And I have glasses because you need that in an office. So that's kind of like office stuff. Okay, so I really divided that down by half, I think. So these other ones, that some are going to go in different places and some will be going into colors. So I'm happy about that. I'm just going to stick my colors here. So I have a little bit of color stuff going on. And so I'm happy about that. So I'm going to stick these in colors. I have those ones divide up into different sections. And then I have these ones that I'm either going to cut them apart or see if the grandkids want them. And those letters, because I don't think I'm going to use them. Otherwise, I will see what's going to happen with those yet. And so I think that is it for today. Have a wonderful day. Again, thanks for all my old subscribers and all my new subscribers. Because I know you're all, well, none of you are old. I know you're all young. Because the Bible says you get what you say. So I'm saying I'm young every day and I'm healed. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.